So what are action filters? They are also called as filter actions. If you want to call it as they are called it in different ways. That you can call it as action filters or filter actions, and these are some of the action filters. We will just see what will just the action filters will do. Action filters will send the data from one sheet to the other sheet. So there are two types of action filters. One is worksheet action filter and second one is a dashboard action filter. You can either work on from the worksheet or you can work from the dashboard, and we have different kinds of actions in the way they are working, and we have different kinds of actions inside the action filter. And if you see the diagram over here, you can actually pick up the actions and it will pop up the action filter and you can click on them and we can do some filters inside it. What we have inside the action filters are, first one is a filter action. It's basically keeping a filter and clicking on one filter and it is going to the other sheet. The second one is highlight action. The third one is go to URL option, and you can pick up the other URL which you can pick up from the outside web. Fourth one is go to sheet option. You can navigate from one sheet to the other sheet using this action filter. And the last two are related to the parameters and sets, and these action filters will require a creation of a parameter and a set. We will be talking a bit more about this parameter actions and set actions in our coming topics, but these are the kind of filters inside the action filters, and we do use them in different case scenarios based upon the requirement. Okay, when you open the action filter, this is the pop-up box you will see, and these inside the action filters we have couple of options to keep them working in different ways, and we will see them directly by just going into the filter. We will see what kind of filters action filters we have. The first one is, the first box is source sheets, and it will ask from where you are applying the filter. So action filters basically from one filter to the other. So you need to see send the data from this one to that one. So we have the source sheet, we have a target sheet. By clicking on the source sheet, we'll go to the target sheet and we can use the filter in that way. We have different kinds of actions, hover, select and menu. Whenever you click on the filter and whenever you undo it, and what is the action you're going to see is, that's the option we have here. Leave the filter, show all the values or exclude all values. And the below box is a target filter. In the target filter you can actually use the target fields to a specific column, to a dimension or a measure of what you want to target into the target sheet. This is called a target filter, and we have an option for that as well. So let's see how the action filters work in the real-time scenario. So like we discussed, filter actions or action filter sends the data from between the worksheets. Typically this sends information from one selective part to the other sheet, to whatever the target sheet it is. You will filter out all the information based upon the filter you use it here. So behind the scenes, how the filter actions set is, it will select the source sheet and targets the target sheet. So we will just create some examples on how this action filters will work, and we will also check out different case scenarios from where we are using these filters and what. Let's create some content, like let's take state. So we have got a map, and here we have unknown values. Let's edit them. So we have to map it to what state it is. Okay, this is our state field, and what we are trying to do is we will create, I'm looking at the profit data based upon the states. This is how a map looks like when you actually add show profit values. So this is the profit. and we will create subcategory and also states, enter a bar graph, show the labels. So this is how it looks like. Sort your data. This is how it will work. We will name it as sales and this is profit. We will create one more sheet and say city. I repeat, drag city onto the rows and also take sales, and we will make it into a bar graph. So we have too many values. Let's take this graph. So we will use action filters on this and name it as this sheet as sales city. So I will take a dashboard and I will drag my sheets onto the view. Drag the profit, sales, and also the sales city. Just adjust the width and height. Okay, just make it more visible. Okay, just delete the containers and quickly drag the sheet down. So all the states are coming from the map. I want to use the map as an action filter. So what I will do is I'll just go to this drop down and I will say use as filter. So what this does is, if you just click on the sheet and say use this sheet as a filter, what Tableau does is the data you have over here, that data filter will be applied to the other sheets on the entire dashboard. Let's say you're clicking on one particular state, all the sheets on the dashboard will be filtered out according to that particular state. So this is called an action filter. And how it works is, when you just say to this drop down as use as filter, you can make the action filter. All the sheets has the filter on this like this into the filtered mark. And this is filtered based upon the state, because we use the state as the action filter. So if in this case scenario, this is actually state, all the dashboards, all the sheets on your dashboard will be filtered according to the state. And your action filter in this scenario is state. If you go inside the sheet, you can say it. So this is how the quick action filter works. This is totally easy to use it a drop down. You just have to go to the drop down and click on use as filter. And if you have one particular sheet and you wanted to fit it to other sheets, you can go like this. So what happens if you want to create it manually? What you will do is, you have to go to the dashboard, click on actions. We talked about dashboard actions, right? So this is a dashboard action. This filter one, which is already generated, is the one we created just now from the sheet. But you can also replicate the same thing by using the action filter over here. Filter. So my main sheet or the source sheet is the profit one. And the targeted sheet will be the two sheets or whichever on the dashboard. I'm just clicking on the select and I will say show all the values and I click on OK. So this one is the same action you do whenever you use the sheet as a filter. This is the same action. So what if you wanted to present your action filter in a different way? I will just edit the same filter and say hover. So what is hover? Let's see how the hover works. If you see, just hover on it, all your dashboards are filtered out to that particular state. So this is the hovering option. You just have to hover on the dashboard. It will filter all the other content on the other sheets based upon whatever you hover on the dashboard. And we have one more section called menu. In this menu, we just have to select menu over there and click on OK. We will see how the menu works. Hover on one particular state, click on it. You will see a filter 1. You can actually rename that into whatever the name. You see the menu over there. You just have to click on that and the action filter will happen. We just have to remove the use as filter because we kind of used it before. Basically, remove all the actions. I'm removing all my actions. Just go to the actions and click on it, remove it, editing this, and I will say on menu and click on OK. So what happens if you click on it? Click on this and all the data will be showed up. This is the third option you have. Click on it and what happens if you just select on keep filter values. Whenever you click on the action, the filter will show all the values, and if you're changing it to other filters, this one will show the other filter values and all the filtered ones will be staying there. If you say keep filter values, we will just see how it does whenever we see the keep filter values. Click on OK. And so this one will not change when you click on any other space on the dashboard. It will be like this. It will be showing all the values. And if you click on the other state, it will change according to the selected state. So what happens when you go to actions, edit, show all values. Click on OK. Click on one part, all the filters filtered out, and if you click somewhere else, it will keep back all the values. So it will come back to the original state in whatever state you have built. If you click on the other, it will work according to the other filter values. If you click back, it will come back. This will how the show all values work. Then how the exclude values will work. Click on exclude and click on OK. Click on something. So this one will exclude everything. It will not show anything at all. If you click on something else, if you click on somewhere else, it will not show anything. It will show a blank sheet. So this is how the exclude filters will work. And this exclude filters will be coming from in the scenario where if you want to hide some sheets, etc., you can use this exclude filters. I'm just dragging this into here, into the container. So let's drag this one, hide the titles. Okay. So what you're seeing right now is just the map. You will not see anything. You will only see the map. So if you click on the state somewhere, all the sheets in your containers will appear. They will appear magically, and if you unselect it, they will be gone. This is how you actually hide your sheets and say exclude values. You have like two sheets over here. So what I'll do is I'll just use the horizontal container. it's not vertical, so I'll just use a horizontal container over here. I'll just moving out the containers, deleting them. We will be going, I will tell the containers part later in the future sessions. I'm dragging this sheet into here. I'm dragging my second sheet into the container. So what I will do is, I will do entire view. So I'll click on that. So it is gone now. And if I click on again, so they will appear again. So I'm adjusting some sheets to fit up the space. So this is how you magically show the sheets. Whenever you click on the states, it will show all the values, but whenever you click on something other, it will be gone. You can go with the container shelf and keep the sheets inside the container. You will see a space over here because the sheets are already over there and the space is coming as totally blank. If you're going with this kind of logic, keep some space, and if you click on that particular map, this will come up. So this is the only clause, but this can be useful in some scenarios where you might need to do not want to show the sheets and you want to keep some blank space on the dashboard, but whenever you click on the sheets, the dashboards will appear. So this is how you use the exclude all values, and you can actually fill that up in multiple scenarios. So we do have the other actions also. If you go to add action, we have highlight. So what is highlight action? We will go to highlight action, select profit, click on select, click on OK, click on OK. Okay, let me go back to actions. I'm just deleting the other actions. So what it is doing is, it has to basically update the content based upon the state. So what's happening right now is the dashboard is completely occupied, and there has to be highlighted whenever you click on the state. So we will take one more case scenario where we will be using this highlight option. Drag onto the sheet 1, delete the containers. Okay, let's create some sheets. Just take the basic ones like category, sales, I'm just searching for the product name and sales. Make it into a bar chart. I'm dragging that sheet onto my dashboard. Okay, we have two sheets now. Just adjust the width and size. I'm just making this one into a bar graph. So what highlight basically is, you just go to actions. It will show the highlighted sheet, the other sheet. So this one should be working on the second sheet. Click on OK. Clicking on technology will only highlight technology. Let's check our sheet. We have to use the dimension which we are creating the action upon should be there on the second sheet as well. Let's say we are using category in the sheet 12 and the action filter is on the category. Category should also be into the second sheet. I just clicked on furniture and all the furniture values are highlighted on yellow. And if you just go up onto the other category, the other categories will be highlighted. So this is how highlighted action will show the highlighted options. Make this chart into some other chart. Okay. If you click on furniture, it's clicking on blue ones, and it is only showing up the furniture values, and office supplies and orange ones. And if you click on office supplies, only this one will pop out. And if you click on the other category, only the other color will be showing up. This is only for the highlighting option. And if you see the highlighting option, only the highlighted ones will be picked up. They're like only highlighted when you click on them, and it will show what are the highlighted ones. If you just go to the highlighting option, it's all dependent upon the new data set what you are taking. Use appropriate dashboard, use appropriate sheets, the actions for the requirement. And if you just go to the go-to URL is this one. This one will take back to the any URL you're giving it here. If you click on it here, okay, what I'm filling sheet 12. Okay, I just need to give some URL over there. Okay, I'll just say google.com. Click on OK. Going for the select option, click on OK. If you click on something, just see category. So if you just see here, right now it's not showing up. And if you go to the click on category, okay, so this is how it redirects to the Google page, because we just get Google page, and whatever URL you gave into that URL pane will be taking into account, and whenever you click on something, that will redirect to the URL page. So this is how the URL go to URL will work. Coming back to the action filters, we checked how URL will work, and click on something. Under action, we have one more option called go to sheet. So what that is, what it will do is, let's create a sheet. Okay, I'll go to my worksheet, I'll click on actions, add action, and I'm going to sheet. This is only for the example purpose. I'm just going to the worksheet actions. You can also create this on the dashboard actions to navigate from one dashboard to the other dashboard. Okay, right now what I will do is I'll click on sheet 12 and I'll give a target sheet as sheet 13. I'm going for select, click on OK, click on OK. Okay, if you click on that, it will come to this sheet. So click on something on the sheet 12, it will come to the sheet 13. And this action filter will not filter out the data, it will directly go to the other sheet. It's like going to a different URL. This one is going to a different sheet. So this will not affect the data whatever you have it inside. So these are the action filters we have, and we have two more filters, four more action filters. Those are change parameter and change set values. We will talk about these in the coming sessions into a deeper deeper content. We will discuss on different actions based upon this parameters and sets. If you have a case scenario like you want this action filter working on only one sheet, you don't want to put it on the other sheet, so you want this action filter only working on the left side sheet, something like that. So go to the actions, click on our action. Okay, so I'll be using the first sheet and I'll check it as use as filter. So what it will do, it will create an action filter on both the sheets. I do not want my action filter to work on one of the sheet. So what I will do, I'll just click on this button and say ignore actions. So only on the sheet. I'll not touch the other sheet. So what happens now is, if you click on that one sheet, only this sheet will be filtered out. In this case scenario, I want to see all kinds of data in one sheet and only filtered out data into the other sheet. You can actually go with this. Just ignore actions for one sheet. First you have to go to the first sheet and use it as a filter, and use the other sheet, go to the drop downs and take it as ignore actions. So this one will not allow any actions on the first sheet. We do have one more way to use this action filter. The small filter icon you see over here, this is the same thing as use as filter. Even you click on here, it will do the same action. Clicking on it again, undo the actions. Clicking on the filter will do the actions, but this one will be quite useful whenever you want to filter out the whole dashboard. You just have to unfilter by unchecking it, that's it. So this one is coming very useful in the case where you have to filter out the whole dashboard. So we have one thing left, the target filters. So we have an option in the target fields, and we can actually use some custom fields on the target filters. You can actually give some columns into the target filter whenever you want to target only one data into the other sheet. You just have to select selected fields, and you can give some columns of whatever you wanted to select, and that one will be targeted. This is the pop-up box, and if you go to the data source, you will see the data source. And if you want to only give one field where it is like for state and example, and state field you wanted to give it on the other field, you can actually click on the state, click on OK. Only the state field will be acting upon the other sheets. So just go to the actions, click on edit, select, click on OK. If you click on here, this one will only work on the state column. In this purpose, if this dimension is for state, and if you want to click on only one of the if your action filter is only for one column, it will only work on that particular column. And this is how you can use the targeted filter options only on specific columns or specific data. And you can do actions on the worksheet and also the dashboard. Whenever you're creating on a dashboard, go to the dashboard and click on actions. So your entire dashboard will be working on whatever sheet you are using. Worksheet actions will only work particularly on the specific worksheets. And this one you will get it like, if this is the worksheet I'm working on, and if I want to create some worksheet actions on this, I will use that. Dashboard is like, I will use the dashboard actions whenever I want to create on entire dashboards. So worksheet will only work on the worksheets. That's the difference between worksheet and dashboard. And this is all about the action filters.